Good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. Today is 2020, August 20th, Thursday, and 8 o'clock in the morning, San Francisco time. And today we are going to talk about Emacs and Emacs Lisp coding. So let me show you what is the background image today. So the background image today is this: VI versus Vim. So apparently someone at Facebook feels barista, Facebook, there's a coffee shop, feels coffee, the waitress or whatever, they put up the cups for tips, VI versus Vim. And this is back in 2014. So that's a background image, and shall we begin Emacs Lisp coding? Am I alive? And yes, I'm alive. Good. Okay, so we're gonna hey Green Deck, haven't seen you for a while. Yes, I haven't started morning show for a while. Yes, it's being recorded. It's a live recording, so it's gonna be on YouTube after a while. So today's talk show, so let's start Emacs coding. So what we are going to do is, I'm going to code Emacs Lisp live and explain it, and then so that's what we are going to do, and maybe after that we talk random, possibly. So what we're going to do is I write blogs, right? So for example, I write blogs, so I go to my Emacs blog. Sometimes I watch some videos, I want to include the video. So for example, let me show you this interesting video. So we go to YouTube, open a new window, paste it. So this YouTube video. So this guy is he's going to build a Chinese typewriter. You can see he's a professor at Stanford, I think, and he also speaks Chinese, and he is expert of Chinese typewriter history. Tom Mullany, and he's on Twitter. So I find this video interesting. I'm a blogger, I want to blog it. So what I do, I copy the URL, I go to my Emacs blog, show in browser. So I can paste the URL here. Hold on a second, let me magnify magnify the window. And on the pink window on the right, you can see all my keystrokes and command names. So I create a new section, paste it here. So you can see the YouTube URL is pasted here. Now I press a key to linkify it. We went through that code yesterday or a few days ago in previous 2 or 3 episodes. So anyway, you can see now I have a YouTube. So you can see, get your hands dirty, hands-on history, a Chinese typewriter. So now, but there's no description in my blog. I want some description so people can see. So I go to YouTube, so I can copy the text here. Let's copy the text here. Not that. Select it. Anyway, so I copy the text here. I want to copy the title, the date, and who uploaded it. So I copied it. I go back to Emacs, go in between the figure caption, paste it. So now you can see it also included several of these garbages, 192 views and share and save. We don't want that. But anyway, let's show in browser first. Show in browser, so we can see here is what we pasted. So I want to delete, I want to remove part of it. For example, I want to remove that. I want to remove subscribers. I want to remove all these irrelevant info. So So this is tedious. Every time I put a video in my blog, I have to do the copy and paste. Let me make a copy of these. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, so let's make 2 copies it. So for example, what I need to do is, normally I would have to delete, shrink, then I want the date, delete, hands-on history, that's right, and I want to put a break, line break, subscribers I don't care, delete, and I don't care about that. So that is what I want. Okay, so show in browser and scroll down, so you can see now that is what I want. So we are going to write a command to kind of automatically delete the things we don't want. Okay, so we are just going to write a command here, starting now. Okay, what we do is we just open a new buffer, open a new file, magnify, save the file as, let's name our function, let's define. Okay, go to Emacs Lisp mod, magnify, define, that's right. Let's see what's our function name, xah-html remove YouTube junk. Okay, let's just say that, remove YouTube junk, delete miscellaneous info of YouTube info. Okay, delete miscellaneous YouTube info, type of version name and today's date, version number. Okay, then we are going to save this file, save it, write to file .el. Okay, now copy the file path, close it, paste it here, linkify, make a paragraph, show in browser. So there it is, linked to our code. So back to Emacs. So we are going to start to write it. So what we're gonna do, so first of all, before we do anything, let's copy this thing so we have a reference. Now reopen, magnify. Now the thing we want to delete, so we have a reference here, so we can kind of know what we want to delete. So we want to delete, the parts we want to delete are basically things like that. We want to delete, share, save. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, we want to, let me show you. Okay, so we want to, let's say a region. First of all, let's assume user selected a region. So let's go back to our code. Let's assume the user selected this part. Then we call our command. Then all these will be deleted. Okay, let's assume that for now. So P1, P2 is position 1, position 2. That's the beginning position of the region. Okay, so set P1 equals to region beginning. Okay, that's what we want. Set P2 equals to region end. Okay, then save restriction. Okay, then narrow to region. We narrow to region position 1, position 2. Why would we do that? So that Emacs will ignore the regions we are not interested when we do find and replace, so it won't screw up elsewhere. Then we say save restriction. The reason for that is once the command is done, Emacs will return the user's region. So that's what save restriction is for. So okay, so now we got a region, we narrow to region, then we go to char, move the cursor to a position to the point minimum. Okay, point min. Okay, point minimum. Point min is a function that returns the minimal position in a cursor, which is usually always, I think it's always 1. Okay, so go to the beginning of the region, then what we have to do. Okay, so we got text like that. We want to so first of all, we need to delete the share and save capital letters. Okay, so we're gonna go to the beginning of region, then search forward. Okay, search forward for the word share, then optional bound nil, no error, true, and count, we don't care. Okay, search for it, then replace match. Replace match, this is how you do find and replace. Okay, replace match, new text, which going to be an empty string, then fixed case, we don't care. Okay, so this is how you do find and replace. Now we need to do it again for the save, for the word save. Okay, now prettify the code. Okay, now that so far the code will remove this and this. Okay, then we will also want to remove these views. By the way, YouTube, YouTube changes the description often. Well, I'm not sure often, but I've noticed for different videos you will have different kind of things there. So anyway, so delete, save, and we also want to delete the views here. Okay, so in this case we go to beginning of region again, then we search regex search forward. Okay, now this time we're gonna use the regular expression and search for that. Now this 192 is a sequence of digits, so in that case what we need to do is we need to use the square brackets and say 0 to 9. Okay, hold on a second. 0 to 9, that means any digit. Plus sign means one or more. Okay, so that's one or more digits followed by a space, then views, then a bullet sign. How do I know it's bullet? Because you call describe char, and then Emacs will tell you what character it is. So you can see in this window, you can see the code point, and you can see the name of the character, bullet. That's from Unicode. That's one of my favorite character. And the command is describe char. Okay, so now you search forward sequence of digits and view, then optional bound, we don't care for bound, no error, we don't care for no error. Okay, so remove all the options. So once we found it, then replace match, just like before, empty string. Okay, prettify the code. Now let's go to the top of the code. Let's move this down. Okay, let's move these to the bottom and comment them out. Okay, so far this is how our code looks like. Let's prettify a little bit. Okay, and actually we could then what you're gonna do, let's try it. Okay, let's just run a code. Eval region, back to the browser, back to the HTML file, show in browser. Let's have a look what we got here. So you see this part shows up like that because in HTML that when you don't have markup, everything becomes collapsed together. So let's select the region and let's call the command. Let's see what happens. Okay, what's our command name? xah-html remove YouTube chunk. Okay, call the command meta-x. Hold on a second, let's show the pink window. Call the command meta-x xah remove YouTube chunk. Okay, enter. Great, so it actually did work, some of them. Okay, so let's undo. You can see redo, it removes the share and remove the save and also remove the views. Okay, so once you remove that, then we think about what should our code do next. Number, so this number, how do we, we need to, because essentially we, there's no, I mean, we are just given a bunch of text. We have to figure out what is it that we need to do. So this number 9 and 0, where does they come from? Okay, so those are the thumb up and down signs. Am I doing good? Good morning, a lot of people. I need one of those bloody command log things. Yeah, so that's easy. Just on Mailpack command log mod. I talked about that for a few times. Every time I watch this, I must mind blown. So okay, so let's back to the code. So we're gonna do this. How we gonna do this? That's the question. Of course we're gonna do it, but how? So you got a number, then you got space. So maybe let's try to use the regular expression. New line, empty line, number, empty line, number, empty line. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so let's go back to the Emacs Lisp code. So back here, so we're gonna need to do another one here. Go to char. Wait. So we start again. Let's go to the beginning. Go to char point minimum. Okay. By the way, you might think there are a lot of repetitions. It's kind of necessary. There's no way around it. So go to the point minimum. I'm pretty sure some smart guy will say actually there is a shorter way. Anyway, so let's go to the beginning of the region. Then let's regex search forward, and this time we're gonna need a space like we said before. A space, a space, then a sequence of numbers plus sign, a space, a sequence of numbers, then a space again, then not space, new line, a sequence of numbers, then a new line. Let's try this pattern. Again, I'm not sure it's going to work always, because I've noticed for different videos, when you copy, they have a few variations, I think. So this is one of the thing, this is great thing about Emacs and Emacs Lisp. You do as you go. You can quickly, I can quickly write this command once you know a little Emacs Lisp. So I quickly have this command. Then if tomorrow I find that the command doesn't work or miss something, I can edit it and improve it on a need basis as we go. So okay, so let's try this regular expression pattern. Then bound no arrow, bound nil, no arrow true. We want to say no arrow true because if you don't say true, that means when it cannot find this pattern, it'll actually stop the program. Emacs will say error, no such string found. So usually you want to say no error true. In Emacs, true is in Emacs, the only thing that's false is nil, the value nil. That's the only thing that is false. But also empty list is also nil. They are equivalent. So you could say the only thing that's false is nil and empty list. Everything else is considered true, including a string. So for example, we are using a string here. You could use anything, like typically you can say t or anything. So anyway, so let's go on. So reject search, if found, then replace match. Okay. Oh, actually we need to Actually, it's better to put a if statement, but anyway, replace match. Okay, so let's put some if statement. When we don't need, yeah, so when search, okay, so it's like that. When, if this search is found, then replace match. Okay, so we are going to put some when okay, and here when, then here too. Prettify. Okay, I need to improve my Emacs Lisp code so it automatically prettify. So anyway, so here is our code. Okay, when, yeah, so looks like that's it. Let's shrink it a little bit. Okay, let's try it. Evaluate the buffer, go back to HTML code, undo, so we got the share and save back there. So select the whole region, then call the command xah-html remove YouTube link. Do it. Oops, something went wrong. something went wrong. You know, you want to be careful because it deletes your whole thing. So what's going on? So anyway, something is wrong because the cursor went out of went kind of far away. So what's our problem? Wait, the save restriction. Okay, there it is. There is our problem. You see, the rest of the code should be under the save restriction. You know, remember that we are narrowing to region. So this part should be inside the paren. Prettify the code. Now you can see the save restriction. You see, it's inside. So eval the buffer, back to the HTML code. Let's try it again. Select the section, meta-x xah-html remove YouTube linkify. Okay, so wait. The 9 and 0 is not removed. Why is that? Let's check let's turn on white space. Okay, wait. Turn on white space. So you have a new line, then number, new line. Oh, that's right, 2 new lines. You see there's two new lines. So back to the code. There should be one more new line. Okay, eval buffer, back to the code, select it, call it, do it. Yay! Now a little improvement. We got rid of those numbers. But actually this, okay, so far so good. Now about the things at the bottom, let's also remove that. Okay, the number of subscribers. So back to the code. And we want to go to char point min. Okay, we go to the beginning of the region and to do this again. So number of subscribers. So it should be somewhere here. Prettify, eval buffer, back to HTML, undo, try it again, call the command, do it. Okay, the number of subscribers is gone. You see, before it was here, select it, call it, now it's good. That's good. Now no more. So this line we don't care because normally when I copy it, you try not to copy the actual description part. it would be nice if we use some kind of YouTube API. I don't know. I guess you can do that. I mean, but that would be much more involved. I mean, if that's the case, if we use YouTube API, then Emacs can call some kind of Python or program to fetch it. Yeah, and return the data, and so it returns exactly what we want, like the date this video is uploaded, who uploaded, and title of the YouTube video. But it would be much more involved, because then you have to learn the YouTube API, and then you have to write another probably program in Python or some other language. Then Emacs has to call that command and get info back, and it's a bit more involved. But anyways, yeah, so let's try to keep going with this. Okay, so once we do that, you see these empty lines. Now we want to remove these empty lines. Okay, let's go back to the code. Let's continue to push on. We want to remove empty lines. Okay, now regex search for word, new line, new line, basically a sequence of new lines, at least 2 of them. So we go to the beginning of the region, then we find our sequence of new lines, at least 2 of them, then we remove it. Yep, I think that's it. Eval buffer, go back to HTML, let's return to the original. Yeah, so original, select it, call it, do it. No, much better. Okay, now you see there is a problem here. Okay, so let's see what's the problem. So once you removed it, wait, hold on a second. Before we do anything, let's make a copy of these so that we have something to work on again. Copy, okay. Okay, so we removed it, and now we have a bunch of new line, and our code will basically, okay, a sequence. Okay, so I know what to do. We do not want to remove all the new lines. We don't want to do that. We want to have at least 1. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So back to the code. So replace match, replaced by 1 empty line. Okay, eval buffer, back to HTML, and we try it again. Wait, yeah, so here is our code. So you see, we try it again. Call the command, do it. Fantastic. now we are getting closer. There's one more step. We need to add the break sign. Why no error is a string? Is it not a boolean? Yeah, it should be a boolean, but like I said before, in Emacs there is actually no boolean type. So in a if context, when Emacs needs to find something, if it's true or false, it basically nil is the only thing that's false. Nil and empty string. I mean nil or empty list, because these 2 are equivalent. So when you have a string that says no error, that is true. That's considered true. I don't have to use no error. The reason I use no error, like a string, is because it's more obvious to the programmer. Typically, what people mostly do is they just give a symbol T for true. That's a convention. Okay, so that's one thing. By the way, there's a bit more complexity, because when you do a search for word command, this particular command actually distinguishes whether it's a symbol T or something else, because if something true but not the symbol T, it will actually move the cursor. You can see that by call describe function. Okay, describe function. For example, here we have the documentation for the search forward. So you can see there's the option no error. Now if you search that, so here is the documentation for no error. So it says the optional third argument no error indicates how errors are handled when the search fails. Okay, if it is nil or omitted, then emit an error. Okay, but if it's T, then simply return nil and do nothing. Okay, but if it is neither nil nor T, then move to the limit of search and return nil. So there's a little bit difference. But that applies just to this command, the search command, because of this particular command is done that way. So anyway, so far, so what we doing? So let's run it again. So eval buffer, go back to HTML, undo, select it, call it. Yeah, so there's okay. So far our program is successful. There's one more thing we want to do. We want to add this BR. We want to add this BR at the end of each line. You know, just like the example. I mean, we have a good example here that's manually done. So let's do it. So undo, 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 undo. So we return to the condition and back to the code. So now we want to add a BR. So that's easy. So you again go to char point min, then again when search forward, and when you find a new line, found nil, no error, true. Okay, when you find a new line, then you replace match. You replace match by a new line plus a BR. I believe it's slash or backslash. I think it's BR slash. Okay. Yeah, so you replace a empty line, a new line character, by a new line plus the wait, it should be BR plus a new line. Okay, optional, we don't care, optional. Okay, but however, there's more than that actually. Hold on a second, we need to, you know, this thing I don't like about Lisp. This needs to be inside. Okay, so here is our here's our code. But now there's one more thing, one more thing. Okay, so we go to the beginning of the region, then we search for the empty line, then if we found it, we do a replace. Okay, but that only does one line. You need to do all for all lines. So what we do is we are going to add a while statement. Okay, while loop. So while, this is how we do it. So while that, then that. Okay, so we don't need the when anymore. Pretty fine. So this is how we do it. So this is find, replace repeatedly. Oh, you know. Okay, prettify the code. We prettify the code. Eval buffer, back to HTML. I think that's it. That should work. Select all, call the command. Wait, hold on a second. Where's my pink window? Okay, call the command. Wait, let's magnify a little bit. Select the region, call the command, do it. Fantastic. So you can see. Okay, there is this we don't want, but let's show in browser. Show in browser. The second one is what we, yeah, perfect. Except the first one. The first BR is incorrect. The first BR is what we don't want. But we don't have to select it. Let's undo. Let's try it again. So you see, we can select it, but not include that beginning BR. Well, actually, we can fix the code actually. So let's try to fix the code. So you see here we go to the beginning of region, then we skip char forward, and we skip n. Okay, limit, let's say 10. There's some garbage truck making big noises outside, very annoying. So here is what we do. So that's it. That should work. Eval the buffer back to our HTML. Select it. Call it. Do it. Wait, there is still what? Yeah, the garbage truck. Okay, I need to close the window. Okay, how long have we been talking? We pretty much done. Okay, there's a question. Let me answer that. We've been talking for 36 minutes. Okay, not too bad. Can you briefly explain comments in Emacs Lisp? What's the difference? Okay. What's the difference between 1 semicolon versus 2 versus 3? So let me explain that. That's a convention. Yes. So in Emacs Lisp, let me show. So you have the comments. Okay. Okay. So basically, if you have a comment, if you want to start a section, okay. So if you have a long code, lots of code. Here is another function, for example. Then you start a new section. Then you want to use 3 semicolons. Okay, 3 semicolons is the convention for a new section. Now two semicolon is a standard comment at the beginning of a line. Okay, let me write it. 3 semicolon begins a section. Okay. 2 semicolon is a normal comment, normal line comment. 1 semicolon is comment at end of line. Okay, that's a convention. For example, end of line. Let's say for here, go to beginning of regions. For example, 1 semicolon. So that's just Emacs convention. You can find the discussion of this in the GNU Emacs Lisp documentation. You just search for GNU Emacs Lisp convention. You will find it. Okay, so let's go back to the code. So what is it we are missing? We are missing, yes, skip chart forward. Okay. We are missing something. Skip chart forward. We want to skip it. Then I'm not sure why it's not working, but anyway. But our code is basically done. That's what we want to do. I mean, the bulk of it. Let's try it again. Wait, I want my pink window. Run it. Run it. Yeah, you see this BR. That's not That's I don't want that. But why is it there? Because I thought this line should fix it. skip char, I mean go to the beginning of buffer, then skip char forward, and okay, anyway, let's not worry about that for now. There's one more thing more important I want to do. For example, in our command, we have to select the region. User has to select the region first before you call a command. It would be nice if you don't have to, because at least for me, I mean the YouTube description will always be between figure caption tags. So the Emacs Lisp should automatically figure out where is the beginning of the region and end of the region. So let's code that. Let's code that. Okay, so so here we need to modify, instead of region beginning and region end, we just say we just search forward, search backward, figure caption, then search forward, okay, then set point p1 point, okay, then same thing for, so the p1 is beginning of the position. Now p2 is the same. P2 is pretty similar. Instead of, we reverse the search forward and backward like that, and we do that. So we search forward for the end of the figure caption tag, then we search backward. So after this search, the cursor will end up at the end of the tag. Then we need to move to the beginning, so we want to be at the beginning of the end tag. So that's it. So these two lines comment out. So far so good. Everything is good. What else? Let's try it. Call it. Okay, we don't have to. Now we don't have to select it. It's just call it directly. Do it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Except that we still got a BR there. We have to fix it. Save, this saves the time and trouble, saves so much time. And also, let's put a save excursion here. We need a save excursion there, because whenever your command moves the cursor, you usually want a save excursion, so that you want to wrap it with a save excursion, so that after running your commands, Emacs will return the cursor to wherever it is. So if you are writing Emacs Lisp and if you are moving cursor around for your own purposes, you don't need the user to see it. You want to add a save excursion that just return the cursor where it was. So that's it. But we need to fix that one more. That's skip char forward. Go to main, skip char forward. Why is that? I don't understand. Skip char forward. Why is it not? Let's skip the limit. Okay, eval buffer. Let's just try it. Okay, let's do it. Call it. It works. So somehow when I put the limit, it screwed it up. It works. You see, there is no more BR in the beginning of line. Now show in browser. Fantastic. So that's it for today. Anything else? Comments, and let me know. Okay, comments. Concurrent viewers 14. So how long have I been talking? Am I like alive? Yes, I'm alive. So I've been talking for 45 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, that's it for today. Let me wrap up. Okay, so what we did today is, for example, we go to this YouTube. For example, let's do them all over again. So go to the talk show page, today's talk show page, showing browser. So it looks like that. Actually, let's add this one. So for example, let's see. For example, you can see the code is here. That's a YouTube, but there is no description. So we're gonna that's stupid actually. Because that's today's talk show. The description. Let's try this one. Okay, so this one, that's what we did today. Copy the URL back to Emacs and go to the top, paste it. Okay, show the pink window. Linkify, show in browser. No description. So back to the YouTube website, you want to copy the description. That's what I do usually manually. Copy it back to the Emacs page, paste it. So we got that. And type, just call the command. Hold on a second, let's show that. Call the command, do it, fantastic, show in browser. It works. There's minor issue we still need to fix. We need to remove the trailing empty line. You see that there's trailing empty line sometimes when you copy it. Okay, let's fix that. Our code, where is our code? Our code, yeah. So remove the trailing empty line. So when we start a region, we go to the beginning of region. Before we go to the beginning of region, we go to, so we go to the beginning of region. Wait, let's go to the end of region first. Okay, go to char point max. Okay, that goes to the end of region. Then so your cursor is end of the region, for example here. Then if the character to the left is a new line, you want to delete it. Okay, so skip char backward. Okay, skip chart, then that. So you want to skip all the new line characters. Your cursor is at the end of the region, and you want to move backward, skipping all new lines. Basically, you want to delete them. So there are so many ways to do it. Let's just do it one way. Okay, so skip chart backward. Then let's read the documentation. What did it return? Returns the distance traveled. Okay, so it returns the distance traveled. So for example, it might return 3. That means it moved backward 3 times. Then we just say delete char. Okay, delete char, the number of character it moved. So these 2 lines will trim the the new lines at the end. Run it. I mean, eval buffer back to the code. Let's just try it. Okay, so let's talk show. Okay, here is our page again. Call the command. So let's add more lines, for example. Well, actually, I know there's a problem. You see it works, but you see that, so it's not working. Let's go back to the Lisp code. What is this? Yeah, okay, so what we gonna do? Okay, so let's fix this. Let's get this fixed. So delete char, skip char backward. Let's see. Very informative. Scream. What scream? So George says, "Oh, oatmeal truck delivering raw oatmeal." No, it's not oatmeal. It's a it's a garbage truck. Oh, food truck delivering Chinese noodle soups in Xah's apartment. No. Okay, so yeah, so let's get this. Let's fix this. So we want to trim. So go to the end of the region, then skip char backward. Okay, so why is it not working? So let's try it. Oh, okay, so it worked. Okay, so it works, and oh, negative. That's right. We need you delete char. Right, this returns a positive number. So when you want to delete backward, you need a negative number. So okay, so let's put a negative number. That's how you do negative in Emacs. Okay, run the code. Let's not think too much. Let's just trial and error. Okay, so let's say that much more. Okay, do it. Fantastic, it worked. You see. Also, we can. That's it for today. Let's just wrap up. That's it for today. Let's not worry too much. That's it. So fantastic, we did it, man. We did it. Yeah. So on my Emacs blog, I don't need this anymore. Turn off the white space. So show in my Emacs blog. HTML remove YouTube junk. Yeah, that's right. That's a code. So let's go to the code. Grab it. Okay, grab it. Delete that or remove that. Delete that. Close the Emacs blog. Go back to the talk show blog, and go and show in browser first. Okay, then go back to Emacs, and at the bottom here, add the Emacs Lisp code, paste it, and remove these comments. Show in browser, and go to the bottom. You can see the code there. Okay, so we press a key to colorify it. Back to browser, show it. Now it's better. Now that's the code of today. And meanwhile, we go to the top. We don't need this. That's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my stuff, go buy my stuff. Okay, Emacs tutorial, and Emacs Lisp tutorial. You will learn Emacs Lisp from the ground up in the most efficient manner possible. Thank you. Bye, guys. Okay, I'm gonna close down in 30 seconds. Okay, to allow some kind of 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Okay, I'm just going to shut down in 30 seconds. We don't need that. Show in browser. Fantastic. And I'm going to put this code in. Well, nobody is going to use this code actually. It's just me, because oh, by the way, so today there's a Emacs meetup, guys. Okay, so you go to today at 4 o'clock San Francisco time. Okay, Emacs San Francisco meet up. Just search for Emacs San Francisco meetup. So there is the link. I mean, it's a online meetup, online. You know, since there's a COVID-19, so it's today at 4 o'clock San Francisco time, and I think I'll be there. So right now it's already 20 attendees. 20 is the maximum. I'm going to get some sleep, then wake up around, in the afternoon, and I'll be there. Hopefully see you guys. Bye guys.